Hello and welcome, Inspired Podcast community. This is your new episode. My name is Caroline, and my today's guest is Rose Higgins. And I'm so happy that you are here and you said yes to our interview. How are you doing today?
Doing amazing and fabulous.
Thank you so much. And I would love you to introduce yourself to the audience, please.
Sure. So I've been an entrepreneur for over 20 years, and now I can call myself a conscious entrepreneur and a conscious mama because I've had in the past couple of years just like a complete shift in life, and so I identify with living a conscious life and to inspire others.
Oh, that is amazing. And this is exactly what this podcast is about, inspiration. And my first question to you is, what inspires you?
So recently, I've kind of gotten clear on what my purpose is. So, what inspires me is to connect with leaders who are having an amazing impact around the world and connecting with them and hearing their story and their journey on how they found their purpose. Because oftentimes, we'll have a chain of aha moments or days or occurrences in our lives that lead us to where we are meant to go. And in that moment, we don't see it. But looking backwards, we can see and experience and say, "Oh, that was really where my journey started." So it's really amazing to hear all of these stories because I have asked so many people, and they don't know what their purpose is, and they're completely lost. So my inspiration is to get as many of these stories and share them with others to inspire them to start looking and digging deeper.
Wow, I love that. And you also shared with me before that you started a podcast and you want to do 100 interviews in 100 days. This is really amazing. So how does that idea came into your mind?
So just like with any networking on LinkedIn and Facebook, we connect and meet for, a virtual coffee for 15 minutes. So I was talking to amazing women around the world and hearing their stories, and it just occurred to me, what could I do to help really share this impact that these amazing women are having? And the clearest thing was to share their stories. And what better way than on a podcast? And so I just, from that day, started to reach out and say, "Hey, I want to hear your story." And now I've already booked out over a third of the way. So I'm really really excited, and I just started 2 weeks ago. So it's obviously people are excited and inspired to share their journey, and it's a win-win because others who hear those journeys and are inspired by them can either align with them and connect with them, or they can start on their own journey. So either way, it's just an amazing experience.
Oh, thank you so much for sharing. It is very inspiring to me as well. I love challenges like that. My goal is 100, no, 1,111 episodes with this podcast, and you are a part of it. I'm so happy that you said yes. And yeah, my next question is, do you have coaches or mentors for yourself, and who was the best coach you ever had?
That's a great question. So I do have a coach from the Tony Robbins Institute. She's amazing. She's been with me for over a year, and I have many many mentors over my life. One of my most impactful mentors, he passed away now, but his name was Peter Burwash, and I had organized several events where he came and was a speaker at, and he was just the most humble and inspiring man I've ever met. Just very personable and really wanted to make that impact. And in one event, he, spoke in front of maybe 400 or 500 people, and everyone was in tears because he cared. And so people like that, just, I have so many mentors over my life. But he's definitely one of my top mentors.
Wow, that sounds amazing. Also, it's about connection, right? Connecting people all over the world. And when you talked about the speech your mentor had on stage, then I think he connected to the people, or yeah, something, there was a connection, a relationship, and that is why the emotions were set free, for example. So my next question is, how do you inspire other people?
By leadership. So I'm very strong in conscious leadership. So I'm elevating my levels of consciousness by eliminating things that are not serving me and not serving my purpose. So little things, we all know what is not serving us. So for me personally, it was drinking coffee, it was drinking alcohol, it was binging, watching on Netflix or other TV or just binge watching. I sometimes will watch a movie with my daughters or something like that. But as far as me, I've just cut down on all of those things, and instead I've added in, learning and growing and a growth mindset. So people around me just see that, and they see how far I've come in a very short period of time, and that I'm inspiring my daughters and my friends and the community around me. So
Oh, thank you so much for sharing. Of course, I have another question about your gifts and talents. What are your gifts and talents?
amazing question. So I've recently also discovered my gifts and talents. My gifts are actually to network and bring people together, specifically women, to empower each other, to connect together, and to, whatever that looks like. So that's part of, what I'm doing with this purpose journey, is to help connect people and bring people together to impact. And I really believe in collaboration over competition. It serves everyone and the world much better when people are working together and supporting each other rather than trying to work on their own. And personally, I just am not inspired to get up and do things every day. It's just for me. It's not, of course, I know I need to do things for my family, my daughters, but it's so much more inspiring every morning waking up and knowing that I get to connect with other people and share their stories and work and collaborate with others.
So amazing. You talked about your mornings. Do you have a morning routine you want to share with us?
With what?
A
Can you
morning routine?
morning routines. Actually, I for 30 days I did I created my own routine, which was basically, I called it start, and let me see if I remember it. But let's see. The first is setting an intention for the day. And then the second one was like take 3 breaths. So just taking some time for meditation, and then setting the action steps of the day, um, and reevaluating what had worked from the day before. And then the last one was at night, to be grateful, thankful. So just I every night have a gratitude prayer with my daughters, and we say what we're grateful for. So I did that for 30 days, and I was clear on my manifestation, and I did manifest exactly what I was looking for. Now my morning routine is actually waking up at 4:30 in the morning and reading with my mom. My mother is a very spiritual woman, and so we together we read various scriptures and ancient literature, and that's just the perfect start to my day.
Wow, amazing. Can you recommend some of the books you are studying?
So most of them are from ancient Indian scriptures. So they're in Sanskrit, and then they have English translations. So there's a whole series called the Srimad Bhagavatam, which is very amazing, and it's really it's like a reminder every day to just be detached from things in this world, because ultimately we don't take anything with us. And so it's just like a constant reminder that, hey, we're here for a higher purpose. Let's connect with that. Let's be grateful for that. Everything is in God's hands, or the higher, So ultimately, I can, if everything is in that scope, if I'm doing everything for him, then things will work out. When I try to lord it over and try to be in control, that's when all the obstacles start coming. And the mountains of, so just learning to be detached from that. And then there's another great one, which is a smaller one, which is called the Bhagavad Gita, which just has a lot of great teachings. And yeah, there's several, the Ishopanishad also. So they're all Sanskrit names, but there's a lot of Vedic knowledge in there from ancient India from 5,000 years ago that is just amazing.
Wow, very inspiring. Thank you so much. It's amazing what you just said. It's so important to study, never stop, and to get more different thoughts, right? New ideas, and allow ourselves. So you talked about not focusing on obstacles, and what is one of your secrets? Because, of course, for many people, it is easier said than done. What is your secret when you face difficult situations or people, how to deal with that?
That's an awesome question. My favorite way is to ask myself, I wonder what the story is going to be like later, why this is happening. So just looking at it from a different perspective. If I lose all my money, or like if I, end up in a situation, well, there was a reason for that. Maybe I was going in the wrong direction. Or if somebody's coming in my life and yelling at me, maybe that's a sign that I need to look at myself, or, look at a situation differently. So for me, when I see an obstacle, I don't even see it as an obstacle. I see it as an opportunity to change my perspective. And it's really fun.
Yeah, turning obstacles into opportunities. It's just a matter of perspective, right? It's so
Yeah.
amazing. And of course, I have another question for you. Yeah, it was like when you focus from your goal, we can only connect the dots backwards, right? So what is the service the situation did to us? I love that. I will apply it to my life. Thank you. I learned so much. You talked about manifestations that came true for you, or however you want to express. You know what I mean? Do you set goals for yourself? And what is one of your goals or projects for 2024? And I have to ask, what is in your eyes the difference between setting goals and manifest? To manifest.
Great question. So setting goals, I actually learned some different ways on how to set goals. Rather than setting like a number goal, it's more of experiences. So my goal for 2024 is to be on a TED Talk, because I have an amazing idea to share, and so that's my goal. And I'm luckily on an amazing team of women who are all supporting each other in our journeys together. And so one of the goals that I manifested several things. I can't even count now. But first is having that intention of the experience that I want to have. Okay, so I want to have this experience, and then kind of being detached from how it happens, more focused on why. We're all kind of aware now of, okay, the reasons why are more important than how it happens. So if I had focused on how it happened and had my plan and tried to follow it, I wouldn't have gotten any of my manifestations. But because I set my experiences, and then I just let go and I took actions, then it was really amazing. So for example, the living where I'm living right now, I envisioned where I was going to be living. I had no idea how that was going to manifest. And several different things lined up within less than a week to make it happen, which was incredible. I had, to shift living situations. And so that was just really, really amazing. And so just seeing, something so small, And instead, now my sights are on much bigger impact. I want to impact 2 billion people and inspire 2 billion people. So I'm like, why have small goals? Just shoot for the moon, shoot for the stars. And if I have gone viral on like TikTok and stuff like that and hit millions with my sister. We've done different videos and stuff. So hitting millions is not big enough, and to be able to impact or inspire 12 billion or 2 billion just resonates with me. We need everyone to have that goal of impacting way more than they think that they can, because then we'll start taking bigger steps towards that.
Absolutely. I totally agree with you. We have to think big because the manifestation happens bigger than we can imagine, right? This is this is so amazing what you said, and about the 2 billion as well. I see it already done, right? And it's, yeah, amazing. Now, my next question is, when people reach out to you after listening to this podcast, do you have special offers or services to the Inspired Podcast community?
I don't have any offers, but my offer is to come on my podcast and share your story. That is my offer. I want to connect with as many people, with at least 100 within this 100 days. So that would be my offer. I don't sell anything right now. The coaching clients that I have, I'm working on that with a team. So yeah, please reach out to me and share your story if you have an inspired purpose, journey, and passion story that you can share.
Oh, absolutely. That is the best gift that you can give to people. I think create the space and just listen, being open, and then we see what happens. Please reach out to Rose. She's amazing. And now it's time for your last message to the audience.
So my special request is to slow down and stop what you're doing and taking a deep breath in, be centered, and really listen to your intuition and let it guide you, and start seeing things from a different perspective and start taking action today.
That's the best message. Thank you so much. I will re-listen to this episode again. There were so many nuggets and wisdom in it. Thank you so much for our interview. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Caroline, for having me. It's been an absolute pleasure and amazing questions. Thank you so much.
Thank you, and see you in the next episode.